Good morning and welcome to the Max Stern Athletic Center in Washington Heights for this last day, Championship Monday of the Red Sarachek basketball tournament. I'm here with my buddy Scott Weissman. I'm Sammy Katz, and we have an incredible matchup today, Scott. This is a juicy one of Battle of Philadelphia. We have the number 15 seed Mesivta Mustangs versus the number 16 seed Kohelet Kings. Now, Scott, these two teams have met before. Tell us a little bit about those matchups.
These teams played twice while back in Philadelphia, with each one winning on their own home court. Mesivta won their home game behind star senior William Migioros, scored 29 in that game and led Mesivta to a victory. In the other game in Kohelet took the win, not sure the score.
Thank you so much, Scott. Now, tell us, these two teams have had a tough journey to get here to the Tier 4 championships. I know it's early. This is an important game, the Tier 4 championship. Scott, tell us a little bit about their battle to get here in this tournament.
So both teams played on the first day of Sarachek on Thursday. Mesivta lost a tough game to Fuchs Mizrahi, and Kohelet lost a tough game to Katz, I believe. So Friday they had the day off. Then moving into Saturday night, both teams needed a win to be here right now. And in two crazy games, Mesivta beat the Harkham Goan in the first game of Saturday night in a game that was, towards the end, got crazy. The ref was dishing out technicals left and right, and by the end of the game, Mesivta closed out on a 5-on-3 power play as Harkham only had 3 players to roll out. And then in the next game, when Kohelet played, Kohelet beat Farber from Detroit in another close game. Going into the fourth quarter, Kohelet was down 15 and led by star Judah Esses, crawled back and won the game.
Yeah, an incredible game to watch. That was the Kohelet game. I was doing camera on that game, and let me tell you, it was exciting. And after these short messages, we'll be right back for this incredible matchup this morning, 8:30 a.m., Mesivta Mustangs versus Kohelet Kings. We'll be right back.
Looking fun.
My name's Jasmine Naeem. I'm a mathematics major and a biology minor, and I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm studying math, and right now I'm considering becoming an actuary, but with the math field, more of the learning is really just pushing yourself and using the skills that you learn to tackle any subject, no matter what it is. This past summer, I participated in a research program in Israel called the Bar Ilan Summer Research Program. It's coordinated through YU, and I spent my summer doing computational biology research. After my year in Israel, I was choosing between a few different universities, and I knew that I wanted to be surrounded by a community and by peers that would inspire and motivate me outside of the classroom as well as inside the classroom. So I chose Stern, and I'm really happy with that decision.
And welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center as we are getting ready for tip-off. We see on the court for the Mesivta Mustangs, the starting lineup. Number 0, Noah Mogioros. Number 23, Ellie James. Number 11, Mark Volpin. Number 1, Akiva Erlbaum. And number 10, Mark Daman. And
David Daman.
David Daman, excuse me. And for the Kohelet Kings, we have number 21, Aryeh Lifshitz. We have number 15, Isaac Melman. number 23, Joey Benjamini, number 32, Nathan Greenberg, and taking the tip, number 4, Judah Essis. Scott, tell us a little bit about these two teams quickly as we get ready for tip-off.
So number 21, Aryeh Lipschutz, was the leading scorer for Kohelet this year, and they're going to look to work the ball to him.
Yeah, Aryeh Lipschutz coming in with a little pad on his eye. We'll look to see if that's going to be a factor as he got hit in the game on Saturday night. And here's Eilbaum with the turnover. Kohelet will take the ball down the court. They're a fast-paced team. They're going to run. Here we got Essis handling the ball up top.
Judah Essis in the game Saturday night led the charge for the 15-point comeback in the fourth quarter, and they're going to look to get the ball to him as well.
And a tough look by Lifshitz, well defended by Mesivta, and the ball will be brought down by Mogioros. Mogioros taking his time, not going to run the fast break, 4-on-5. Here's the ball inside to Volpin. He likes to score, passes it back out to Mogioros. Inside to Volpin, into Mogioros with the shot, no good, rebounded by Melman. Melman looks to push, kicks the ball back out to Benjamini. Benjamini's a scorer, passes it back to Melman, and out to Greenberg, looks to slow it down. Swings the ball all the way around to Lifshitz. He gets inside. A good strong move. Questionable decision on that no foul. It looked like it could have been from our angle, but no call for the refs. Passes it down to Daman on the break, and a foul called on Greenberg on the reach-in.
In speaking to the Mesivta coach before the game, I was told that Mesivta clearly has the height advantage here, as Kohelet doesn't have a player over 6 feet, and Mesivta clearly has a couple guys that are over that. So they're going to look to work the ball down low and create opportunities in the paint. Yeah,
for sure. That's going to be a major factor in this game. And as we say, Mesivta only has 8 players on their team, and one of their players, Will Mogioros, a talented senior 6'2" small forward, is out with a foot injury that he had obtained in the first game, as Daman misses the first shot. We'll see if he can cash in on the second one to create some points on the board. And he does. 1-0 Mesivta. Here comes Lifshitz down the court, passes it inside to Benjamini. Benjamini will look to take it himself, pass it back out to Lifshitz. The ball will be swung around, makes its way back to Benjamini inside, turns and shoots short. Board grabbed by Mesivta as they'll look to take it up the court. Noah Mogioros is a court general. The young, I believe, sophomore on this team, looks to take it up himself every time. Inside to Volpin, and a great pass, great finish to put Mesivta up 3-0 early in this game. 6:13 left to go in the first quarter.
There's that height advantage for Mesivta. They're just going to keep working the ball down low and putting up those layups.
Shot missed by Benjamini. Great hustle play by Judah Essis to go up for that offensive board over the back by Daman. You know, Scott, we're still wiping the crust off of our eyes. Early morning matchup, 8:30 a.m. Maybe that's due to the slow start here. You know, that's definitely a factor for Kohelet. We'll see how that progresses on. And the 3 by Essis is long. Board grabbed by Volpin.
Both teams are running a press here. It'll be interesting to see how long they can keep that up, as especially Mesivta being with their short bench. The guys are going to get tired quickly.
For sure. Early morning fatigue a factor in this long weekend of lots of basketball played. The attempted save by James, by Ellie James, first time we're calling his name in this game, going down to Kohelet. And Essis will look to control, take things slow. Lifshitz with the ball. Down to the baseline to Benjamini. Benjamini will take his time. Kohelet not looking to swing. Passes it back up top to Essis. Puts that ball into the corner. And a good feed inside to Lifshitz. Scramble on the floor, grabs the ball, puts it up, and gets the bucket to go. Kohelet is on the board, down 3-2. Here's Mogioros looking to push. These teams like to run fast. And here is Daman inside. Great move against Greenberg to body him out. Goes up for that layup. 5-2 Mesivta.
Great hustle by Daman there. As on the previous offensive set, he was down on the floor, putting defense on his back. Got back up, ran down the court, and put in the easy layup. You
love to see that early in the morning. Hustle plays from these guys looking to win the Tier 4 championship here in Red Sarachek tournament. And a great pass inside by Essis. The feet to Lifshitz goes up. Fouled hard by Daman. Looked like, I don't know, from this angle maybe could have been ball, but I definitely did not have a good enough view, and it was a great call by the ref, I'm sure, as they usually are making great calls out here in Sarachek.
Fantastic calls.
So we'll see 2 from Aryeh Lifshitz.
Aryeh Lifshitz has been the leading scorer all year, 13 points per game. they're going to look to keep getting him the ball. And as long as he can hit those shots, like he didn't there, but as long as he keep hitting them, they're going to be in this game.
Yeah, I'm sure Lifshitz just shaking off some morning rust. You know, these guys are definitely tired, as Sarachek is a long weekend where they're playing a lot of basketball. Early in the morning, late at night, Saturday night. Their games, Kohelet's game went till 12:30 at night. And now they come back with a day's rest, come back at 8:30 a.m. And here's Mogioros passing it up to Earlbaum. First time we're calling Earlbaum's number this game. Number 1 makes a slice and dice move inside. A good pass, but no. Going down the other way on a charge. A great play by Benjamini to sacrifice his body, taking that charge by Mogioros. We've seen a lot of charges called this tournament, Scott. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yesterday, in the Tier 1 semifinal game between Shalhevet and SAR, the refs were very charge-happy, calling 6 charges on an SAR team that was trying to claw back. And ultimately, due to those charges, due to those calls, they just couldn't make their way back.
Yeah, SAR was trying to fight back against a tough Shalhevet team. Couldn't work. And Benjamini sacrifices his body again. And the charge is called once more on the same player, same charge. Akiva Earlbaum slicing into the lane, called for the charge once again. Great play to sacrifice his body by Joey Benjamini for Kohelet, and Coach Ellie Katz loves it.
I don't know if those 7 charges yesterday were a record, but today we're already at 2 in the first 4 minutes, and we'll see if they can beat that number 7. And
just as we say it, Isaac Melman launches a 3 from the corner, which hits the sidebar. That sidebar, Scott. We always talk about it here.
The infamous sidebar.
We always talk about it here on Max Live. These players aren't as used to it as the YU Max. As we see Earlbaum take the ball back into the middle, not looking to draw another charge. And a great play by Benjamini to scrape the ball off the floor. You love to see them dive on the floor early in the game. And Lifshitz slices down the lane. Short. Controlled by Mogioros. That's Noah Mogioros for those keeping stats at home. Will Mogioros, as we said, is out. And a good defense to stand tall by Greenberg, but the ball collected inside by Ellie James, who puts it up for 2. The pace will be slowed here by Judah Essis. Kohelet's much more comfortable running the ball, so we'll see how they work in the half court. And a great block.
There's that height advantage.
Ball collected out, though, by Greenberg, who launches a 3 short. And a great offensive rebound, all for naught, with a 3-second violation called on Isaac Melman after he got that board. And now checking into the game is number 14, Eric Delitsky. I would love to take this opportunity to say welcome to Phil Delitsky, sitting in the stands behind Kohelet. Eric's older brother, a friend of mine, great individual, and I'm sure his brother Eric is great also, and he will show us on the court.
Speaking of fans, we've got a rocking 3-1 fan advantage for Kohelet. Mesivta, just 1 fan behind the bench. He's going wild, though, so we'll see if he plays a factor and if the fans play factor at all.
Scott, I would say this is an important game, a Tier 4 championship. Not a lot of fans come out. Philly's not even so far. You have a 2-hour drive. You would think some more fans would be coming out here.
Yeah, it's a 6:30 wake-up. It's not too bad.
Not too bad. All right. It's before Nate, so I don't know. These guys, they wouldn't even be able to dive in. Maybe come here to YU. We got lots of minyanim here.
6 a.m. wake-up, catch a minion, and then come to the game. I'm sure that's where all the fans are right now.
Yes, they're probably in traffic on the turnpike. As we saw a turnover just a second ago by Kohelet. And newly checked into the game, number 12, Idan Bitas for Mesivta. And the ball gets across half court to Mogioros, who's going to collect it. And stolen by Essis, up to Greenberg. Greenberg looks to convert, and he does. Greenberg, a controlled player for this Philly team consistently. Sorry, I can't say Philly right now, for this Kohelet team, as we have 2 Philly teams. Kohelet, he's been a great player all year long. And the ball inside to Ellie James. Mesivta worked that ball up the court pretty quickly as this game is starting to get fast-paced like we expected, Scott. And the ball inside to Essis. Essis kicks it out. Back out to Greenberg on the top of the key. Benjamini likes that ball inside, kicks it short. Essis was short on that 3. Did not look comfortable in that release. These guys are still getting loose, I'm sure. We saw them rolling about a half hour ago. Everyone holding their tefillin as we see Mogioros convert on the layup inside, and a timeout, a 30-second timeout will be taken by Ellie Katz. And Scott, we got to look at Katz's body language over there for the Kohelet Kings, the coach. He wants this team to get fired up.
Yeah. And coach treatment over at Mesivta, interesting to note that he is not their regular coach. Their regular coach, Gershon Schwartz, was unable to attend this weekend due to a childbirth in the family. And And this Coach Treatment, it's interesting to note, he's typically the coach for Barrack Hebrew Academy, also in Philadelphia, who are not here this tournament. But also, back in the day, he was coach for Lower Merion. Back when, and so that might sound familiar to you guys, because he was a coach there when Kobe Bryant played at Lower Merion. And in an interview with him before the game, he noted that he was Kobe's personal liaison between him and the team. He said getting him off the bus at away games took about an hour because he was just signing so many autographs, and he just had to try and push him through before the game.
Incredible note. Coach Treatman doing great things for this Mesivta team, taking them to the Tier 4 championship. A lot of people don't know Mesivta. It's their first time in the tournament, and they'll look to cash in. They're the 56th team to ever play in Sarachek. Jewish school, Scott. They're just popping up out of nowhere these days. Philadelphia is not nowhere, but still. And a turnover there by Mesivta, collected and passed inside to Benjamini, who converts on the layup. So Kohelet looking to start a little bit of a run, pressing, and the stolen away by Benjamini, but he gets blocked. Blocked again by Mark Volpin. He's been a big factor early on defense, but stolen away by Esses, passes it down to Lifshitz. Lifshitz going up strong, again blocked by Volpin. Volpin's looked great in the opening on defense, down low for this Mesivta Mustangs team, as we saw a steal a rebound, and now another steal by Lifshitz. Lots of turnovers in the early on, and a great pass by Benjamini to Greenberg. Greenberg with a nice under the hoop layup, scoop and score, and a timeout by Mesivta.
That was quite the play of events over there. That Mesivta kept trying to inbound the ball, and it just kept getting stolen by the Kohelet players. The ball never advanced past half court.
Yeah, well, we're obviously going to see a lot of running and gunning from these two teams, knowing how Ellie Katz loves to push the ball. And we have word from our sideline reporter, Ari Leichter, in the Mesivta huddle, telling us that they want to slow the game down and run offensive sets. Contrast to Kohelet, as Kohelet loves to run the ball. And, you know, they're a scrappy team. They love to run. But this Mesivta team wants to slow them down, to slow the pace of scoring, because they feel like if they can control the game, then they can win.
And from our sideline reporter at the Kohelet side, Avi Sivak, he says that they need to run back on D. They got to get back there. They got to prevent the fast break. They know Mesivta has a short bench, and they want to keep them working so they get tired quickly. Also, he says that number 4, Judah Esses, is the key to defense, and he'll be calling out the defensive stats.
And we've already seen Judah Esses grabbing steals like nobody's business right now. So let's see how they can continue to do that on defense to take the lead here. And a great move by Erlbaum. Goes strong to the bucket, lays it up and in for 2. And Mesivta takes a 3-point lead, up 11-8 with 35 seconds left to go in this first quarter. And the pass to Lifshitz, out of control, and the ball hits the blue, going down to Mesivta.
Interesting to note that the Mesivta fan side still only has 1 fan. However, the Kohelet one, they seem to have gotten back from their Dunkin' Donuts breakfast run, and they're currently rocking 10 fans. So we'll see if they play a factor.
And you know, Scott, what breakfast run they probably came from? Sammy's Bagels out in Teaneck. These guys at Sammy's Bagels are really doing a great job. They're creating amazing food for the people of Teaneck and the greater Teaneck area, including Washington Heights, as we enjoyed an amazing Sammy's breakfast this morning.
That plain bagel is certainly fantastic.
Amen. And we'll see with 5 seconds left, we'll see what Mogioros can do for the Mustangs. Passes it inside to James, tipped out and collected by Bitas, but it's too late as this quarter comes to a close.
I don't think Bitas was aware of how much time was left, because he caught the ball. Instead of going straight up, he put it on the ground to try and make a play, unaware that there was 1.5 seconds left.
And we're going to take it to a quick commercial break. When we come back, 11-6, Mesivta Mustangs, 11-8 over Kohelet Kings. Welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. I am Sammy Katz. Alongside me is Scott Weissman, the incredible color commentary in that first quarter. Scott, 11-8 lead for Mesivta. This game has been filled with turnovers. Tell us a little bit about that first quarter for those who are just joining.
So again, as we mentioned before, it's quite early. A lot of sloppy play. Guys are still waking up. A lot of turnovers, a lot of steals. As long as they keep pushing the ball, though, and getting it to the hoop, both teams, the points will come.
And we see Esses at the top of the key, almost nearly with a turnover, but Lifshitz takes the ball hard inside, goes up for that bucket. A good start to this quarter as Mesivta puts 2 on the board early.
Yeah,
Kohelet.
And during that quarter break, the Kohelet coach was saying that number 1 and number 10 on Mesivta both have a number of fouls, so they're going to look to push the ball and try and get them into further trouble to get them out of the game.
Yeah, this Mesivta bench is very thin, so Coach Treatman is having a tough time swapping out players who are in foul trouble, Damon and Earlbaum. As we saw Benjamini going up for a tough layup, no good, and Mesivta will take the ball down the court. Estes playing hounding defense as he does.
Fantastic job by Earlbaum to get out of that trap.
Yeah, we saw a great run by Earlbaum, and the ball eventually swung out and around to Volpin, who shoots the 3, not generally his comfort zone, but a great rebound and putback by Ellie James for Mesivta. Mesivta's going to need to do that every single time. Play scrappy on the boards and use their height.
Yeah, it's a clear height advantage out here. Kohelet doesn't have a guy over 6 feet. Mesivta's got 6'2", 6'2", 6'1", 6 feet. They just got to keep working the ball to those guys down low and have them go straight up. Get these Kohelet Kings into foul trouble. Yeah,
and a beautiful 3 just before by Greenberg, excuse me. And we saw Esses with the steal and the layup. And now, Kohelet's up by 2. Just like that, this quarter has started out hot for the Kohelet Kings. And a great-looking steal by Eric Delitsky. That's what he does. He's a defensive presence on the floor. And a look by Lifshitz, but he's stuffed by Damon. Not in his house right now.
No
Early morning, get out of my house. Great play by Damon to make up for that beautiful move by Lifshitz. And the ball will be inbounded under the hoop by Greenberg. Greenberg out to Lifshitz, inside to Delitsky. Back to the baseline, eventually swung around to Benjamini. Greenberg kicks it out to Lifshitz. Lifshitz will take it himself, goes up for the 2, rims out. We've seen Lifshitz take some good looks this morning, really looking to push that tempo for Kohelet. And a great pass down the floor to James. We got a foul on the ground against Delitsky. Scott, I thought that might have been a travel.
Yeah, questionable. Some guys on the side seem to think it was like the YU security guard out in the corner seemed to put up the travel sign, but the refs seem to know better.
Yeah, YU security doing a great job at this tournament. So are everybody who's working for this Max Live staff and for this Yeshiva University staff here in the Max Stern Athletic Center.
Special shout out to Penny Questel for picking up all the food and keeping us well fed.
And we have a 5-second violation, I believe. I didn't see exactly where that came from, but ball going down, nonetheless, to the Kohelet Kings. And inbounded to Esses, who will look to push as Mesivta has 3 guys in the backcourt. Great pass through 2 defenders by Esses. Delitsky was hit hard by Volpin on the pump fake, and Kohelet will take the ball from under the hoop. Scott, what do you think about that pass?
That was quite the pass, and we're seeing Kohelet is really passing the ball well. Mesivta seems to be in his zone, and Kohelet is easily breaking that, getting the open look.
Yeah, you know, that looked to be a pass that I saw back when I was watching college basketball quite a few years ago. D'Angelo Russell slicing and dicing against Northwestern. I'm an Ohio State fan, and that was a beautiful pass by D'Angelo, mirrored amazingly right there by Judah Esses, as the ball will stay Mesivta's way on the out-of-bounds call.
Yeah, and just Sammy and I are curious to wonder how we're doing. If anyone has any feedback, the Clipped Keepa's Max Live inbox is open. We're looking for suggestions. Send an email to feedback@maxlive.com. That's MACSLIVE, Max Live. Send us an email. Let us know how we're doing. We're very curious to hear. That's the Clipped Keepa's Max Live inbox.
And Earlbaum will launch the 3 well short. And here's Greenberg bringing up the court. That looked to be like it could have been a carry, Scott, but no call. Refs doing a great job so far in this game, and the rebound by James, passing it up to Mogioros. Mogioros will take this ball up himself. Scott, does it look like there is something on Mogioros' finger?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It looks like he's got his pinky and his ring finger taped together. Not sure. It looks like it's hurting him. And we'll see if that plays a factor in this game.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of guys with tape on their fingers. Also, Volpin for Mesivta, number 11. He has tape on his fingers as well. Maybe that one's more of just a grip type thing, as his fingers aren't taped together. But we'll see if that also plays a factor.
These players these days, they got a lot of fancy stuff on. We see shooting sleeves, compression tights. It's interesting. Back when I didn't really play basketball, but back in my day, it was all natural. No one really wore anything. You were lucky to have a pair of basketball shoes on when you were playing. Nowadays, they're wearing all these different things.
Scott, I know you played basketball. We used to lace them up together in the summers. Not going to say where, but this summer you should lace it up at Step It Up basketball camp located in New Jersey. We'll talk more about that at the Step It Up halftime show coming up in just 4 minutes. Here's Mogioros crossing the timeline, passing it to Damon. Damon's not usually up at the top of the key, but they're going to look to run a little bit of a weave to get this Kohelet defense stifled to score some points. Here's Volpin trying to get an inside look. A nifty play that's turned over, and here comes Esses down the floor using his speed. A great play by Esses from the left side going up with the right. Beautiful move by Judah Esses. We've seen him all over the court to start the game, and here's Erlbaum. Erlbaum will cross half court, going in strong. Passes it to James. Great look. Great finish by Ellie James. James will get the points on that one. But that one was made by Erlbaum.
Yeah, and it's interesting that Mesivta on their offensive sets, they're keeping their biggest guy, Mark Volpin, out in the corner for the three. Not sure why, as clearly the height advantage should be playing a factor, and they should keep him down low for the easy lay-in every time.
And Esses cashes in on a three. The Mesivta defense not worried about the three-pointer. And Esses makes them pay. And here's Volpin bringing up the ball. Scott, it looks like he's comfortable out there dribbling. You know, obviously that was a close turnover, but he looks pretty comfortable dribbling and out on the three-point line. Maybe there's something that we haven't heard in this pregame. And a travel called on Erlbaum. Erlbaum does not look happy, as he's been called for 2 offensive fouls against Benjamini. And now Benjamini steps in and forces a travel. So we'll see if Erlbaum could collect himself, because him and Mogioros are going to be handling the ball quite a lot this morning. And with 2.5 minutes left, Kohelet leading 20-15 as they came out hot to start this quarter, and they've continued to run this entire quarter so far. Pass out to Greenberg. Greenberg hands it off to the floor general Esses, who gives it right back inside to Benjamini. Down low to Lifshitz. Great look, great finish. I love the ball movement there by Kohelet. And Lifshitz finishes that too. Here comes Mogioros. Just a sophomore, 5'7", listed as 5'7". You know, sometimes these players in Sarachek are listed a little bit taller than they actually are. Maybe we'll call him 5'7", because that's what we want to do here on the broadcast, and it says that in the stat sheet. So Mogioros is going to take it, a 5'7" sophomore, against much bigger seniors and juniors here at Sarachek.
5'7" and a hefty 125. We'll look to see if his weight can play a role in this game.
Yeah, Mogioros taking it against bigger men like Greenberg. Even Esses is bigger than him. But his size, what lacks there right now for Mesivta, is made up for by his bigger players and his forwards and centers. And a great move by Erlbaum to get inside on the inbounds. Misses, collects his own rebound, and puts it back up for 2.
Really is quite the impressive player, Akiva Erlbaum.
Yeah, a great play by Erlbaum. We've seen him all over the court. A couple of them for not the best plays with a couple of turnovers, but he's really been a factor for Mesivta early. Ball to Lifshitz, slices inside. Can't get the layup to go, but a great flying rebound by Benjamini, who kicks it back out to Greenberg. Greenberg likes to shoot, but the ball's going down with Erlbaum grabbing that board. Erlbaum is a do-it-all kind of guy.
Also interesting to note that Akiva Erlbaum is only a junior. Usually Sarachek is a seniors game. It's their last chance to get a win in some basketball. But this tournament, we've seen a lot of sophomores and juniors really take over games, like Erlbaum here on Mesivta. In yesterday's games, Oren Vitesh, a sophomore of Hank, really won the three-point competition, just a dangerous shooter from everywhere. We got sophomores and juniors strong for every team, and it's interesting to see how these guys are taking over the games.
And we saw another great block by Mesivta. They're using their length in this game. It's clear that they're the bigger team right now. There's been a lot of blocks from Mesivta as an errant pass from Mogioros, and a jump ball going down to Kohelet. I love that hustle, though, by Mark Volpin, trying to grab that offensive rebound. Gotta love it. Fighting Greenberg tough.
He really is everywhere on the court.
Yeah, we've seen him be a big factor so far with a couple of blocks, a couple of rebounds, and the shot clock and game clock are separated by 3 seconds. 28 seconds left to go in this first quarter. 22 points for Kohelet, 19 for Mesivta. Kohelet came out strong in this quarter. They were down 11-8 after the first, and now they've scored 14 points in this quarter, holding Mesivta to only 8. And with 10 seconds left to go in this quarter, 6 seconds left on the shot clock, put up by Greenberg, no good. And we'll see Volpin trying to run. And he might have gotten tripped there, no call, but grabbed by James, no. Grabbed by Essex with 1 second left. Throws it up, blocked, all for nothing. And that'll take us to halftime. But first, we're going to send it down to our sideline reporter in just a second. We'll send it out to our sideline reporter, Avi Seabag, who's looking for an interview with Coach Katz as he is speaking. And we'll send it down right now to Avi Seabag.
Hey guys, and welcome. Thank you, Ellie Katz, for joining us. I want to get a little insight into the pregame huddle. You said you were speaking to your seniors, talking about passion, leaving it out all on the floor. Do you think they've done that so far?
Yeah, I think they could do a better job. I don't think they realize what they need to do in order to show that passion. It's about focusing that passion in the right way, right? So the idea being that if we work hard in the way we're supposed to, then great. We can't be working hard and doing random stuff. We have to be working hard and doing it in the right way. They're showing the passion. They just need to put it in the right avenue.
For some of these seniors, this is their last game, so let's hope they can pull this out. Second of all, we spoke about the zone. Beating the zone, especially with those passes, how do you think they're doing that? Are they doing that well, or something they need to improve on?
Yeah, I think they're doing an okay job. I mean, we could have 30 to 40 points right now, but we're not looking opposite baseline. The idea is to get a high post, and since they're playing a 3-2, they're bringing their bigs up. So what we need to do is look opposite baseline and not just holding it in the high post.
Thanks, Coach.
No problem. Thank you.
We will send you to a quick commercial break. Kohelet Kings leading the Mesivta Mustangs 22-19. And when we come back, we'll be back with the Step It Up halftime show right after this.
Welcome to Step It Up.
And welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. We are here with the Step It Up Basketball Camp halftime show. Scott, let's talk about Step It Up for a little bit. Step It Up is a camp designed for modern Orthodox Jewish basketball players. They have players from every single Yeshiva League school. I can't make that up. There are many third, fourth, and fifth year campers, People go back. Why? Because the product is good. They're seeing results. Step It Up Basketball Camp is catered to boys grades 3 through 12 and girls 7 through 12. Scott, tell us a little bit more.
From what I've heard, this girls program it's the first year of the girls program. So if you have a daughter who's looking to improve her game, definitely consider Step It Up. And within the camp itself, there are options available. You can sign up for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, everything up until 8 weeks. So that even if your kid attends another camp, even for 1 month, they can still attend Step It Up for the other part of the summer.
And as we've spoken about a lot over this tournament, Step It Up is switching. Their camp is going to be located in New Jersey this year. And there'll be many campers coming from 4 to 6 weeks, coming for 2 to 3 weeks as well. And it'll be great for them, as you spoke about. And many leading players on Yeshiva League teams, including 50 campers from Step It Up, are in Sarachek right now. 50 out of 200. That is 1/4 of the Sarachek players who went to Step It Up. And it is incredible to see that their product is doing a great job. So, back to the game a little bit, Scott. With 30 seconds left in this halftime, let's talk about the game. Kohelet Kings are leading 22-19 over the Mesivta Mustangs. Kohelet is ranked 16. Mesivta is ranked 15. This is the Battle of Philadelphia, as we've spoken about. Scott, give us a quick breakdown of that first half.
So really just overall, it was pretty sloppy play. A lot of steals, a lot of turnovers. Really, the opportunities are coming. They're just not taking advantage of them. What needs to happen is Mesivta really needs to keep working that height advantage. It's been working so far in the game. I don't know why they're not going to it every time. Coach Treatment has really got to institute that the ball should be worked down low every time. The height advantage is there. Just put the ball up, get the fouls, get Kohelet into foul trouble, and really put up those points. For Kohelet to maintain it, they just got to keep their smooth passing up. They've been passing well. The shots aren't falling. If they keep the passing up well, though, there'll be open shots, and they'll begin to fall.
Yeah, like we've seen lift shits inside quite a few times, taking great looks for layups. They haven't gone, but I'm sure in this second half, they'll go. And Mesivta will look. Mesivta in the gray and orange. The Mustangs, they'll look to inbound the ball right now against the, I would say, maroon and yellow Kohelet Kings. And here is David Damon inbounding it to Earlbaum. Akiva Earlbaum has been handling the point a lot this game along with Will Mogioros. And here he goes. Noah Mogioros. And Mogioros passes it into Damon. And Damon takes up the strong layup, no good. A fight for the rebound will stay at Mesivta's way. And I must give a quick shout out to a couple of my campers from this past summer. Elia Bippel and Sammy Balsam are watching from Canada. Thank you guys for watching. As the ball is given back out to Earlbaum. A good pass inside to James. Can't convert on the layup. Ellie James is going to need to hit these layups in order for Mesivta to take the lead. And a slice and dice after the offensive rebound. Earlbaum can't turn the ball over. Down to Greenberg. And a great play by Esses to use his speed once again, as we've seen a couple of times in this game, go from the left side up to the right.
Kohelet's going to look to keep pushing that ball quickly down the court. Take advantage of the short bench, like we said before.
And the travel ball going down to ball will be going down to Kohelet. And another turnover for the Mesivta Mustangs, starting out this second half, like we closed out the first half. Judah Esses will control, taking the ball across the timeline, looking to set up his half-court offense. Here's Benjamini. We haven't called his name much in this game in regards to scoring, but he's been a big factor playing that high post for Kohelet.
Also on defense, he's been a big factor. He's drawn 2 charges already and forced Mogioros into a travel while looking to take a third charge, as after that call, he was flat on his back on the ground.
Yeah, he's been great on defense. As we saw there, but no, that'll be a foul.
Just as we say it.
A foul on Benjamini. That is Damon going up strong, and he will be rewarded with 2 shots. And to look around the stands a little bit, Kohelet has compiled, how many fans would you say that is? 7 or 8 fans now. But there's one that we haven't talked about. Sitting on the bench next to Coach Ellie Katz is his brother Donnie Katz. And I know we've spoken about it a lot this tournament, Scott, but this YU basketball team was great this year, so they deserve the acknowledgement. And Donnie played a great season.
Big player on that team. He could play down low and hit the three when needed.
Yeah, we saw him play a lot this year, averaging about 33 minutes a game, and he was great. Good friend of mine from Yeshivat Leva Torah, actually. And now we see, after the missed free throws by Damon, a little reach-in foul by Mark Volpin, not the right call, standing 75 feet away from the basket.
Yeah, he was also visibly upset about that call, as I believe he might be in some foul trouble now, and he's going to look to stay out of that.
We'll try to get a report on those foul troubles for either team. I would assume more is coming on Mesivta as they have a short bench. But Kohelet doesn't really play many players. They play about 7 deep, and we'll see if that comes into a factor as well. While we see a three from Greenberg, no good. And they say the ball hit the white overhanging pole, but I didn't see it. Maybe the refs did. I do wear glasses, though, so who knows?
Those white poles are really causing issues. No matter how used you are to the court, if you take that corner three, odds are it's going to hit those poles. And a lot of these players need to learn that, as we've seen many times this weekend the ball hit these white poles and get called.
And a rimmed out layup from Mogioros. That one looked to go, but it came back out. And here we go for Esses, taking the ball, passes it out to Lifshitz. Lifshitz looking to score as he always is. And a great play. Great play by Arabab to get on the floor and grab that ball up to Mogioros, who's blocked by Benjamini. Mogioros is upset. He wanted a foul call there, but Benjamini, great defensive play as he goes down and rambles right into Damon. Damon stood there for about 5 minutes, if I could say, waiting for that charge. Benjamini saw him, tried to avoid it, and could not. Great defensive play by David Damon.
We're seeing real great defense here on both sides, as that explains the low score of the game. And hopefully these teams look to continue playing that strong defense.
Yeah, Scott, sometimes we attest turnovers to lackadaisical passing and errant dribbling. But right now, we can calmly say that a lot of the turnovers have been caused by strong defense either side, as we see a bucket from Volpin inside.
The beginning of the first half, that was the cause for these turnovers. Very sloppy, guys were tired. Now they're all awake. They're looking to play some good basketball. Tier 4 championship here, Battle of Philadelphia, and the defense is really showing up.
Yeah, Cats in treatment, head coaches for either of these teams have their players ready to go after this halftime break. And Greenberg puts in the bucket, and a travel on Arrowbound. The ball will stay this way for the Kohelet Kings. Greenberg is always looking to score the ball. We saw him score a bunch of points. I wish I knew exactly how many the other night on Motzei Shabbos in their comeback win against Farber.
In the regular season, Greenberg was one of their top leading scorers, averaging 12 points per game, and he was really looking to make a name for himself in this tournament.
And here comes Arrowbound down the court, a nifty move to get to his left, but he misses the floater. Rebounded by Delitsky up to Greenberg. He'll take it himself, and he's fouled on a blocking foul. That one was a good play by Greenberg to get out of the charge potential. So we'll see Greenberg head to the line for 2. And we have word from our Mesivta bench, Kohelet bench, from Avi Sebag. And Katz is telling Kohelet to stay in front of these guys from Mesivta. Don't let them get to the basket, to use their size and height advantage. And Greenberg converted on the first. 29-21, Kohelet over Mesivta. I'm Sammy Katz alongside Scott Weissman. 4:46 left to go in this third quarter.
Interesting to note, Mark Volpin has 3 fouls so far in this game. And in the Sarachek, it's 5 fouls and you're out. So, and with only 2 players on the Mesivta bench, they're going to look to stay out of foul trouble. I would expect to see him not in the interior anymore and out on the perimeter to try and avoid that foul trouble.
And a great step in from Greenberg to cause a turnover, gets the ball back, passes it up the floor to Esses. Somehow that got to Esses. Esses is one of the fastest players we've seen in this tournament. And I'm not just saying that based on this game. I have watched him play, and he's looked good. And as we have a quick stoppage in play, a timeout, I would like to give a shout-out to my family, the Cats is at home listening, and to Scott's family listening at home. And we'll send it quickly down to Avi Lecter for an interview with the Mesivta coach.
During this half,
we got to pick up our intensity. That's the biggest thing. They are out hustling us all over the court. We got to pick up our intensity, and it's hard because we're shorthanded. Okay, but we got to work on our offense. Our defense just has to be better if we're going to play zone. They're getting too many good looks.
Thank you. Good luck in the next half.
Much, Avi, and we have a quick break here. So Scott, let's talk a little bit about our sponsors. Play hard, pray hard.
So Play Hard, Pray Hard. Their service used to elevate your game. Play Hard, Pray Hard is at the intersection between connecting with God and athletic performance. Check out playhardprayhard.com to join the community of connected ballers. We know here in Yeshiva University, we emphasize that message strongly, as we are one of the only religious institutions in the world for college, and we have quite the Judaic Studies program and quite the basketball team. Most recently, Skyline Conference champions for this past season. We would also like to thank the Yeshiva University Office of Undergrad Admissions, Office of Athletics. Without their support for all of this, with the Sarachek tournament and Max live streaming, none of this would get done. We wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be watching basketball right now, and we really owe them a lot of thanks for their services here.
Oh, for sure. This gym has been popping ever since the tip-off on Thursday morning of this Sarachek tournament. We love to see fans here, fans watching online, as we see a quick shot from Delitsky on the inbound. Excuse me, not Delitsky, that would be Melman. And that'll hit the side of the backboard out of bounds. And yeah, as we were saying about the Yeshiva University athletics and basketball team, the YU squad wakes up every morning, bright and early, I believe 5 or 6 a.m. depending on the day, to play some basketball together and practice. And then you see a lot of those guys at the 8:30 minyan right afterwards, and then going to shear. So it's an incredible thing to see the mix of playing hard, but also learning and praying hard. Thank you to Play Hard, Pray Hard. And now we see Judah Estes on the top of the key, passes it into Benjamini. He'll look to score. No good, rims out. And here, Mogioros will bring the ball up after a strong board from Idan Bitas, who checked into the game.
Yeah, Idan Bitas checked in for Mark Volpin, who's in big foul trouble. He's got 4 fouls, and with 3:35 left in this third quarter, there's still plenty of game left to be played, and they're going to need him. So they're going to keep him out for now, let him gain his composure, let some time go by, and then when it gets closer to the end of the game, they're going to get him back in for his scoring. Yeah,
we know Volpin is a essential piece of this team, as we see a turnover and Estes getting the pass, converting on the layup up the floor. 31-21, Kohelet, this lead has ballooned to 10 with 3:10 left to go in this third period. Mogioros, nifty handling to cross half court, going one-on-one against Benjamini. A great move on that spin, and an over-the-back call. 23 versus number 23 on that rebound. Ellie James grabbing it over the back, over Benjamini.
A lot of 23s this weekend. It's a very popular number. Not really sure why, but guys seem to like the number 23.
We'll say it's because there was an incredible player at Step It Up with the number 23.
That could be it.
Step It Up basketball camp. Amazing presence at the Sarachek tournament once again. And a 3 from the corner for Nathan Greenberg, cashes in on that bucket. Kohelet has taken a 13-point lead in this Tier 4 championship matchup. Mogioros will control, try to slow the tempo in order to score some buckets. Coach Treatment on the side telling their players to slow the ball down, not to force any passes. That word coming in from, wow. That word coming in from Avi Leichter, and a turnover once again for Erlbaum. A great play by Benjamini to step in. That is the third time we've seen that combination happen, where Benjamini steps in, takes a charge on Erlbaum, ball going to Kohelet. Lifshitz will take it up the floor himself. And that ball is, I think, tipped by David Damon, I believe, and taken down by Erlbaum. Erlbaum will look to slow this ball down and be cautious cutting into the lane, as we see Benjamini once again putting his hand in charge position. These guys love to take charges out here. I think coaches fuel their players to take charges. I know that when I used to play, in rec leagues in Teaneck, coaches would tell you, I'll give you a few bucks here and there. Maybe you draw a charge. Everyone who draws a charge will get $5. I knew that happened on Frisch when I went to high school there. And we see lots of charges drawn today. And a timeout called, I believe, by Mesivta. Slow this game down a little bit. 1:38 left to go in the third quarter. Kohelet Kings, the number 16 squad, up 34-21 on the Mesivta Mustangs in this Philadelphia battle. These two teams split during the year. And as we said, The head coach right now for the Mustangs, Coach Jeremy Treatman, is filling in for normal head coach Gershon Schwartz, who I'm sure is watching right now. Gershon, if you're watching, send us an email at the Clipped Keepas inbox at feedback@maxlive.com. Thank you, Coach Schwartz, for all your efforts for this Mesivta team throughout the year, as they're looking good in this tournament. Going 1-1 so far, looking to come back down by 13, which is not the craziest thing. There's so much time left in this game, and the way that this game is moving back and forth, they'll look to cash in on some of these buckets.
We've seen crazier comebacks this weekend, and Mesivta's hoping they can be one of those stories.
Yeah, Kohelet was down 20 points, 15 going into the fourth on Saturday night against Farber. And they ran the ball down the floor each and every time, cashing in on buckets. Ball out to Benjamini. He'll slash and dash to the hoop. Can't convert on the layup. Ball rebounded by Damon. Picks it up off the floor. Passes it down to Mogioros. And Daimon. The ball out to Erlbaum. And a scrappy play on the floor, grabbed by Benjamini, and they'll call it a jump.
Interesting note from our sideline reporter, Ari Leifner, out on the Mesivta bench. He says that Coach Treatman has been telling them during the timeout that they got to keep the defense up. They got to keep switching defense. They want to double team the shooter. They want no shots going up. They want to force the turnovers, and the best way to do that is by double teaming the shooter. So we'll see if that works out.
And here comes Estes down the floor. Thank you, Scott, for your incredible insight as usual. And a great play by Greenberg cutting to the hoop, no good. And a big rebound by Volpin, asserting his size in the middle, grabbing boards his entire game, and he's back, and he has to be careful to not get foul calls. And here's James on a beautiful feed from Erlbaum. That's why he's in the game. Whether he's turning the ball over or making dishes like that, that's why Erlbaum is there for this Mesivta team. And he's hoping to continue to make nifty passes throughout the rest of this game. And a blocking foul called on Elliot James. A great slice and dice by Aryeh Lifshitz to get to the hoop, drawing that foul. You know, Scott, lots of charges, but also lots of not charges this game. We've seen attempted charges throughout this game. And I think that sometimes these players get it into their heads that they need to draw charges, and it's causing trouble for their team. As the ball, Scott, with 9 seconds left, and Erlbaum will take the ball up the court. A nifty pass once again to James. Ball bobbled, but picked up by Volpin, who puts it in with no time left on the clock in this third quarter. We will go to a quick commercial break with Kohelet Kings leading 34 over the Mesivta Mustangs 25. We'll be right back. And welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. We have a Tier 4 championship matchup. 34-25. Kohelet Kings are leading the Mesivta Mustangs in this Philadelphia battle. I am Sammy Katz alongside Scott Weissman. Welcome to those just tuning in for this last quarter. And for this last quarter, it will be the last quarter for some of the seniors on either team. And it is heart-wrenching to watch these players give 100% in their last game right now. I know for Kohelet, they're pretty senior heavy. And for Mesivta, Scott, talk about this for a second. 3 seniors on their team. What does that mean for them?
So it's interesting to know Mesivta's got 3 seniors, and being that they're a semi-new school, they only have 12 seniors in that grade. So the fact that a quarter of them are on this team, really something to note. And for many of these kids, this will probably be the last game of basketball they play in a competitive environment like this. So they're going to give it their all, and they're going to look to get out there.
Ball staying with Mesivta, and word from our sideline reporters, Avi Leichter, telling us that Jeremy Treatman, coach for Mesivta, just telling his guys, believe in yourself and get passionate about this game.
And sideline reporter for the Kohelet side, Avi Seabag, he's saying that Kohelet is looking to avenge themselves from the defeat early in the year. These teams played each other twice, 1-1. This game really decides it all, who the true king of Philadelphia is, and this Kohelet team is looking to do that. One of the things they're complaining about, though, is that they're not liking the shot clock so much. They said they want to keep the ball moving, they want to maintain this lead, but with the shot clock, it's going to be tough, so they really got to make their shots.
Yeah, and once again, Ari Lecter on the Kohelet, on the Mesivta side, telling us that they're pumped, scoring 4 points to end this quarter. They were down 13 last quarter towards the end, but scored 4 in a row, and we'll see them try to continue. And a charge call, great play by Mark Volpin to step in front of Lifshitz. Scott, for me, that might have been a little questionable, but these refs have been quite solid this game, let me tell you.
Yeah, really impressive. Also, interesting to note with Volpin, he's got 4 fouls. So if I was him, I don't necessarily know if I'd be taking these charges so much because it can, as you've seen, it can really go either way. And if he gets called for the blocking, he's out of the game.
And a beautiful play by Judah Esses to take that ball inside strong after creating a turnover. And he'll look to convert it into a 3-point play the old-fashioned way.
The gym here is really beginning to fill up. We've got the SAR team here watching this game. They're going to be playing in the next game against Mag and David. Tier 1 semifinal, Tier 1 third place game. Both teams lost tough games yesterday. The Yeshiva League matchup for third place. Stick around for that next game.
As we see Greenberg cashing on a 3-pointer. This guy's looking to heat up in the fourth quarter to blow this lead wide open, as it already is 14 with 6:50 left to play. Interesting that Damon is still sitting on the bench, Damon, still sitting on the bench for this Mesivta team, as he's been essential throughout the entire game, as we see Erlbaum, a guy whose number we've called a lot, cashing on a bucket, 39-27, Kohelet now.
Interesting to note, Erlbaum on the back of his jersey, he's got an A for his first name, Akiva. I wonder if, because there's no other Erlbaum on the team this year, but I wonder if last year he had a brother or cousin on the team that caused for the A. We'll try and find out more for you.
And we see an and one right there. Joey Benjamini, this guy looks to score, a great senior on this Kohelet team, looking to make it a 3-point play, and this lead will be blown wide open as he doesn't convert the free throw, but still, quite a large lead for this Kohelet team. Coach Eli Katz must be proud. Kohelet bench is enjoying to watch, and the fans for Kohelet, who have streamed in, quite a nice number, about a little under 10 of them. As a great play we see right there from Volpin, taking it strong against Isaac Melman, the much smaller Isaac Melman, let's just note.
Love to see that, especially on the Kohelet side. That one nice thing about the Sarachek weekend is no matter how many current high schoolers your school brings, the great thing about YU is that there's alumni from every school that really they add a lot to these games, especially on the Sunday games. The gym's packed with high schoolers and YU alumni alike. And it's just nice to see that there's a lot of school spirit still going on for a lot of these guys.
I know that I cheered for my alumni, my school, Frisch Cougars. Their fortune wasn't as great as they went 1-2 in this tournament. And a turnover, once again, by Erlbaum. The ball will be taken up by Esses using his speed. Nifty layup from Judah Esses, as we've seen that happen quite a few times this game. Erlbaum will look to take it slow, dribbling up the court, scouting out the defense, as it looks like they're playing an extended 2-3 zone. And a nice crossover by Erlbaum. We'll kick it out to Volpin, who likes to be behind this 3-point line. And a foul will be called on Joey Benjamini. What'd you see there, Scott?
Seems to be a push. That was the call by the refs. They're really just playing aggressive D here. They're trying to keep everyone out of the paint, especially Volpin. He's a big guy. Kohelet doesn't have the height to take him so much down low, so they're going to try and keep him out as much as they can. And if you're going to take the foul, you're going to take the foul. And that was Joey Benjamini's 4th foul, so we'll see how much more he can do that.
And Volpin converts on the first. And an interesting note, we see number 23 for Mesivta standing in there tall, Ellie James, their center, senior. And he has a double-double this game. Playing some good basketball as we see Volpin cashes in on the second. And looked to be a little bit of a hit in the face from our booth, but no call, as Kohelet will take the ball and slow it down up the court. Just under 5 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. They'll look to take the game slow, not allow Mesivta to come back, but sometimes when you see teams do that and they take the game slow, they start playing not their own game. They play a different game, and it allows teams to claw back because teams who are slowing the pace and who aren't playing their game generally seem to be more uncomfortable scoring less points than they would normally.
Especially with the way this game's been going. A lot of turnovers here. We almost just saw one there. So hopefully if they can keep the pace moving and they're going to try and keep scoring buckets, they can keep that up, avoid the turnovers, and put the game out of reach.
And a nice block down on the other end from Volpin. Mark Volpin just compiling blocks in this game. He must have at least 5 blocks for Mesivta right now. And Erlbaum will inbound.
Really helps to be the biggest guy on the court. You'll get those blocks.
Yeah, he's looked great. Aside from his foul trouble, he's been a key factor in this Mesivta game so far, although they are down.
Also, with Volpin being a senior, this is his last game, and it wouldn't be a good way to go out if you foul out of the game. So he's going to look to stay out of foul trouble. Collects another block there, staying on, going down actually for Mesivta ball. Sub for Kohelet here. Number 24, Daniel Alexnis going into the game for Joey Benjamini. They're going to look to get him some rest. With 3:58 here and Kohelet sporting a 14-point lead, they can afford to rest Joey Benjamini, who's been their star in this game.
Yeah, Alexnis, he is coming in for the first time in this game. It's good to see fresh faces onto the court as Volpin cashes in on a 3. You know, Kohelet and Mesivta are located, as we see a timeout by Kohelet. Mesivta cutting this lead down to 11. Kohelet and Mesivta, thank you very much, and are coming in from our Max Live Clipped Keepa inbox. Thank you so much to Bernie Greenberg, sent us an email. We really appreciate it, and we saw he emailed us letting us know that Kohelet and Mesivta are located within a half mile of each other in Philadelphia. And, you know, in New York, that happens. We see lots of schools within a few miles of each other. I know in New Jersey it happens too, in the greater Teaneck area, but not so much in Philadelphia. And these teams have brewed quite a rivalry in their time together, and it's beautiful to see that they're competitive right now with the game 11 points apart. However, with 3:43 left to go and the fast pace and turnovers that have been happening, this game is far from over.
It'll be interesting to see the style of play for the rest of the game, as both teams, their stars, are in a little bit of foul trouble. It's an 11-point game. Anything can happen here. We've seen crazier comebacks, and we're going to see how the style of game plays out for the rest of the game.
And just another thank you for sending in an email to our feedback@maxlive.com Clipped Keepa inbox. Thank you to Jeffrey Damon, father of David Damon. He helped me learn the pronunciation of his son's name. I was saying Damon, number 10 on Mesivta, but it's Damon. And he let us know also that Akiva Erlbaum, the talented junior guard for Mesivta, number 1, has twin brothers on the team. They're freshmen, Dovi and Yona, but they're not here currently. However, we'll look to see them in the coming years at the Sarachek tournament be major factors like their brothers. So thank you again to those emails from the Clipped Keepa inbox, feedback@maxlive.com. As we see Kohelet inbounding the ball with 3:43 left to go. I'm Sammy Katz, alongside me Scott Weissman. 43-32, Kohelet Kings lead over the Mesivta Mustangs in this Philadelphia battle. And if you're just joining us, stay tuned, as next game we have a great matchup for the third place game in Tier 1. Two talented teams, SAR facing Mag and David. We'll look to see who will win that one. And a great slice and dice once again from Judah Estes. This guy has been all over the court. Erlbaum will take it all the way himself, going in, draws the foul. Great play by Akiva Erlbaum once again to get himself towards the bucket.
And a big thank you to our sponsor, LK Data Plumbers. Lior Hode, head of that, and he has been around YU all year. He's got 2 sons on the team, on the YU Max Skyline Conference Championship team. Tyler Hode and Justin Hode, 2 stars on the team. Looking forward to seeing Tyler's contributions. I believe Justin's a senior. He's a junior. Oh, so both Hodes will be back next year, and we're looking forward to seeing them. And just a special thanks to Lior Hode and LK Data Plumbers for their contributions to help Max Live run smoothly during the regular season of YU Max Ball and here in the Sarachek tournament.
Yeah, you know, Scott, I've been around Tyler Hode quite some time. We went to high school together, and Lior has been videoing games ever since his kids were young, playing in middle school basketball. And Tyler has recently shown me, you know, my only former basketball days came in 8th grade on the Yeshiva Noam basketball team. And we played against Yavna that year, and Yavna did beat us quite handily. However, I saw video of me in that game against Tyler Hode. Great to see. Lior has all these archived videos. It's beautiful as he cares so much about his team. And we see Kohelet taking over just a little bit, going on a short scoring spurt up 49-33. And David Damon going in strong. Can't convert, but a great play by Volpin to grab the rebound and draw the foul. Volpin having himself quite a game. And he's looking to convert on 2 free throws.
I'd like to give a quick shout out. I don't know if they're still watching, but to the Weissman family, my mom, my dad, my siblings. I don't know if you guys are watching, but thank you for letting me be here, sending me to YU so I can have an opportunity to be part of this great tournament.
Yeah, Max Live really giving all of its workers an opportunity to have a great time during this tournament, to be a big factor. You know, I don't think many people know, but it takes a lot to run a Max Live broadcast. And me and Scott, just because we're talking on the air, doesn't mean that we're the only people that are contributing to this game. There's not by any stretch. So in a few minutes, in a couple of minutes, we'll give quick thank yous to the people who have contributed to this broadcast. Sorry. And here comes Erlbaum crossing the timeline. Kohelet up 14 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left. They're looking to close out this game strong, taking that Tier 4 championship back to Kohelet, crowning themselves the, pun intended, yes, there is a pun intended, the Kings of Philadelphia. And we see a timeout there by the Mesivta Mustangs. Timeout by Mesivta. 2 minutes left to go. They're down by 12. Mesivta coach Jeremy Treatman telling his players, this game is not over. This game is not over by any stretch, and they want to continue to fight, to show their worth, and that they're going to play hard no matter the score and time. Ellie Katz, I'm sure, in the huddle. Hopefully we'll get an update, but we'll try to see what Ellie Katz is telling his players, but I'm sure he's telling them, take your time. Don't push the ball, as we've seen a lot of fast break from either team, which can create turnovers and lead to a comeback. And Ari Leichter reporting from the Mesivta sideline, as he's done so well this whole game. Thank you, Ari. He's telling us that Coach Treatman telling his players, enjoy the end of this game. You know, Sarachek comes around once a year. Mesivta, being a new school, they're going to be playing some games next year. They played only exhibition games this year. They're looking to play in a league coming up next year, and they'll look to enjoy this last 2 minutes of this tournament. And we want to give quick thank yous to everybody who's helped out with this game. We have on the sidelines Avi Seabag and Ari Leichter. Avi doing a great job on the Kohelet sideline. Ari doing a great job on the Mesivta sideline. We have Shlomo Mursky working camera, Yoni Sonnenschein working camera. We have Izzy Friedman working the scoreboard behind us.
He's been a great factor all game,
Great
really helping us out with stats.
Great factor, helping us out with stats. We have Yisrael Maevsky running booth, doing a great job this entire tournament. Really, really a huge help this entire tournament. Booth producers, the most underrated job in this Max Live broadcast. We have Simi Warsaw running tech upstairs alongside Justin Safier. Simi, one of our fearless leaders, thank you so much for your contributions. And the ball will go down to Kohelet. 1:48 left to go. SAR and Magan David streaming into the gym, ready for their game, next game. And Kohelet will look to inbound the ball, up by 12.
With only 1:48 left, they really just gotta hold on to the ball. Don't do anything stupid. Play smart. Keep it going. Yes, shot clock plays a factor. They can't hold it out, as we know from that infamous Frisch Hafter Championship Tier 1 a few years ago.
That was when we were seniors.
When we were seniors, I remember watching that game in high school. We stopped class, we watched the game, and we were all just going crazy. Frisch held the ball for the entire overtime. ended up, they ran it up, they were holding the ball up top, passing back and forth, held it, ran out the clock, ended up missing the layup, next overtime got it, but after that game, the Sarachek team realized they needed to make a change, and since then we've had a shot clock here in Sarachek. So with the shot clock playing a role here, Kohelet's got to hold the ball for as much as they can, but they can't hold it too long as it'll result in a turnover.
Absolutely. As we see, Mesivta looking to put some points on the board, cut this lead down to under 10, and if they do, they'll have a little more confidence in their scoring opportunities to foul Kohelet maybe to extend this game. But that one doesn't go for Volpin, as Greenberg will take the ball up the court. And he is fouled on a reach-in from Volpin, and that is his 5th foul. He has fouled out of the game. So we'll see Idan Bitas come in for him.
Volpin, the senior, this was his final game in high school. He played a great game, got into foul trouble early, couldn't really do so much, and finally here with 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the game, fouled out for his last high school game. We wish him the best of luck in the future.
And that we do, Scott, and we'll see for Kohelet a couple of guys come into the game. Number 5, Amit Ben-Shoshan, the junior guard for this Kings. I'm sure he'll be a major factor next year. And we see another junior, Daniel Alksnis, come into the game, number 24. He'll look to make a contribution in this last minute and next season.
Yeah, the 2 seniors, Joey Benjamini and Ari Lifshitz, both checking out for the last time as well. The minute left here, their careers are done as well, and he and the Max Live booth would wish them the best of luck as well.
Yeah, and it's a great way to end their career with a victory in Sarachek.
Crosstown rival.
Doesn't matter what it is, right? Tier 4, Tier 3, Tier 2. Whenever you win your last game on the court, that is a success. And that's a great thing for these seniors to go out on a high. Wish them best of luck.
They get to bring some hardware back to the school. Bet they're looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Number 15 for Mesivta of Greater Philadelphia Mustangs, Menachem Feig. The junior power forward will check into the game. I'm sure once again we'll be hearing Menachem's name next year as a major contributor for these Mesivta Mustangs, as the first shot for Arrowbound will fall. Coach Treatment coaching his team till the last buzzer, telling his guys to run a full court press as Arrowbound cashes in on the second one.
Really love to see Coach Treatment here, giving it his all. This isn't his team. He's just filling in for the birth of Gershon Schwartz's child. Really love to see the dedication he has for basketball. He's willing to help out, give up his weekend, come out here to New York from Philly. It's not that far of a trip, but really, anything matters when you're leaving for the weekend and spending time here, contributing to the game of basketball.
Yeah, honestly, what a beautiful thing that Coach Treatment did, coming here, coaching this team, knowing that Mesivta, in their first Sarachek tournament, playing some of their first real competitive basketball, as they played 10 games this year, but they were all exhibition games. So, great job by Coach Treatment coming out here, getting Mesivta a win, bringing them to the Tier 4 championship. Beautiful to see, as we see Dolitsky missing the free throw. And a rebound by Ben-Shoshan. Ball staying here. Active hands from Ogioris with 54.9 seconds left.
Interesting to note. I wonder if this game would have been any different with William Ogioros playing. He's probably one of their star players on the team, 6'2 senior, forward. He really was looking to bring a lot to this weekend. Got hurt in his first game. Hate to see that. Guy comes out here, makes the journey, gets hurt. We would love to see him play, but unfortunately hurt his foot, and you have to wonder if the game would have been closer had he played.
Yeah, major factor for these Mustangs. And an offensive foul once again called against Greenberg. Rumbling and tumbling down the lane. Ellie James sticking his body in front of that one. A nice play.
And Ellie James just checked out of the game after drawing that charge. He is a senior as well. Last moment, he's done. We wish him the best of luck.
And they're having a beautiful moment on the bench. Those 3 seniors for Mesivta as Arrowbound slices to the hoop. 9-point game with 20 seconds left to go. These Mustangs are not going away. Greenberg takes the ball up the court, gets past 2 defenders. Great look to Ben-Shoshan, who can't convert the layup with 10 seconds left. Ellie Katz laughing that one off as he wanted his team to hold. And Arrowbound will launch the 3, and it's good. 2 seconds left.
We got a 6-point game.
6-point game, but that will do it.
Congratulations to the Kohelet Kings on their Tier 4 championship here at the Red Sarachek weekend. Great game, guys. Great weekend. And we're going to cut to a quick commercial, and then we're going to be here for post-game interviews.
Congratulations, Kohelet, on a 50-44 interview. We will send it to a commercial break. We will be right back with the trophy ceremony.
The Yeshiva University Maccabees are Skyline champions.
Welcome back to the Max Stern Athletic Center. We are here with 3 stars from the Kohelet Kings, Joey Benjamini, Judah Essis, and Nathan Greenberg. Congratulations, guys, on your Tier 4 championship victory, being crowned the Kings, the Kohelet Kings of Philadelphia. So we'll start with you, Judah. Tell us about your contributions in this game as a hustle player, creating turnovers after turnover for the Mustangs, creating to baskets for the Kohelet Kings.
You know, I just went out there and wanted to play hard, play smart. In the last game, we almost had a loss. We had to, in that fourth quarter, we really pulled through as a team, and we played hard. We just continued that into this game, you know. So the same momentum that we had from last game into this game, and push, and we got the win.
All right, Joey, you were out there all over the place on defense, drawing charges left and right. Do you guys work on that? How do you get so good at drawing these charges?
Coach makes us practice taking charges. Coach makes us practice taking charges.
Joey, beautiful to see. Now, Nathan, the 3 guys standing up here, all seniors. How does it feel to win the Tier 4 championship, going out your last game with a W? It probably feels great. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it feels nice. We expected more, but we got, things happened. So we lost our first game and just went on from there, one game at a time, and took it.
Great job, guys. Congratulations. We will take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we will have the SAR Sting versus the Magen David Warriors in their battle for 3rd place. Thank you very much.